There is some serious self-transformation underway for this collective. I'm seeing Phoenix rising. I think maybe you have transits happening in your first house or connecting to your sun because the relationship with the self is a key theme at this point in time. I'm seeing a total self upgrade. Who you are on a cellular level is changing. Maybe your hair texture is changing, maybe the color looks different, maybe you've lost weight or recently gained weight in certain places, and this is a healthy thing. This is not one of those other things. And your relationship with yourself is deepening on such a crazy level. I don't think you've ever been a friend to yourself, like a true friend. I think you used to be the person who had a lot of negative self talk, a lot of negative self beliefs. And those things are changing. And because of that, who you are on a physical level is changing as well. Wow. I also see Pluto maybe in the first house. Maybe you're a Scorpio rising, or maybe you have Pluto again transiting or making connections with your first house or with your sun. And I do see Pluto Sun conjunctions. Also in astrocartography, maybe you're on a Pluto line, or maybe you're meant to visit a Pluto line. If you're curious about that, let me know in the link in my description box. I do astrology readings. And yeah, I'm very curious about those things for you because I'm seeing in Mean Girls the scene where they're going through the different cliques at the lunchroom. And there's that girl who's sitting by herself, and she's like, I'm my own best friend. And obviously, in the movie, they like paint her as being a weirdo, but you're learning how to be your own best friend. And I see you need to get so, so serious about your affirmations. And I actually want you to write a personal life manifesto, which is basically just affirmations, but it feels a little bit more intense for some reason to me. It's not just like, I am powerful. It's a statement, a written statement and proclamation of who you are and what you're committing to for your life. I will say this might be a period of loneliness. I'm seeing the Hermit card in my mind's eye, so maybe you genuinely don't have friends outside of yourself at this time, and that can be really challenging, but know that it's for a reason. You're supposed to work on yourself at this time, and I'm seeing, personal and self-development is a key theme. Maybe you've been reading a lot of self-development books, which is really beautiful. And I mean, you're watching videos like this one, so that says something in and of itself. Let's see if we can get some cards for you. This I almost see like the journey into the underworld, but the journey into the self. And I'm seeing like one of those railways where you're going into the mines and you have to sit in that cart, and it's like you're excavating yourself. You're digging, you're going within, you're getting deep, you're seeing what's there, and you're excavating the precious gems that have been hidden beneath. And it's like I'm seeing maybe you're doing shadow work and you're integrating the shadow, but there's hidden gems that you're meant to dig out and then integrate into who you are present day. Oh my gosh, Knight of Wands and Queen of Wands. Yes. I think some of this too is you're uncovering creative abilities. And it's going to start happening very quickly. It's like you are in this hermit mode, you go within, and like that cart that's racing down the mining tracks, it feels like you can't hit the brakes now. Like you've uncovered and learned this, and it's like I'm seeing a ball of yarn where you pulled it just a little bit and now it's all unraveling. And this is the unraveling of yourself and of your divinity and the true essence, the true blueprint. Again, that's why I'm getting astrology, because it's who you were always meant to be, who you were destined to be, is being unraveled. And in this unraveling, you're finding so many gifts and abilities you didn't know were there. and a sense of play and passion and creativity. And that's your first and foremost creative expression is who you are and how you present yourself to the world. And I am seeing maybe you've been doing glamour magic, or you should be doing glamour magic, because it's like you're crafting the truest which I know persona kind of gives like you're playing a character or a role, but you're designing your true self persona. And I think you're falling in love with that person, because that person is really powerful. I mean, we have the Queen of Wands here. That person that you are and that you're uncovering and excavating is really, really powerful. Like, you're a really beautiful person. And it's like the more time you spend on yourself, and the think of who you are as this beautiful orb of energy, and it's this ball that you can actually build upon, and you can like I see okay, I don't know if you did this as a kid, but you had those like physical bubbles, and you could play with them, and you put the straw into it and you would blow, and it made the bubble bigger and bigger, and this bubble is you, and it's beautiful. And the more time you spend developing the relationship with yourself and exploring your likes, your dislikes, your interests, the things that excite you, and the more you pour into yourself energetically with time, self-care, activities that make you excited, it's like you're blowing into the bubble and making it bigger and more beautiful and more bright and more radiant, and that bubble is you. And okay, the death card, if this, and this is just that Scorpio Phoenix rising energy, like I'm seeing the old self is dead, this new one is here to stay. And the old self wasn't even necessarily you. They had some qualities, but it's like you had to be that person that wasn't really you, so killing them off is easy work. Because it wasn't you to begin with. It was just like a placeholder. And they did serve a purpose. I want to acknowledge that you had to craft that old self for some sort of reason, to keep you safe, to help you through a period or chapter. But I'm saying this new chapter is your chapter. It's your story. It's one that's perfectly fitted for you. And that's why this like soul essence is able to come out into the real world. Yes. Oh, we have Four of Wands and High Priestess. I almost see like you're inviting, and this feels like how we're talking about like your soul level persona. It's, and this feels like an invitation, like you're inviting your highest self in at this time, and you're connecting with yourself on so many levels. You're spiritually, emotionally, physically developing the relationship with yourself. And I see, because of your intuition, it's going to be growing and growing and growing, because the more you discover about yourself, the more you see your intuitive abilities as well. And also, like, you just see there has to be something at play here with all the unique qualities that you carry and that you hold, and with your unique story and the things you've been through and the things you want to experience, and how they're all adding up and somehow work together. Like, hindsight is 2020, and you're seeing how all the pieces and parts have played out and have worked to your benefit. So then it's like there has to be some sort of magic here. And it's bringing your spirituality out as well, because it's like restoring your faith in the universe because of the person you're discovering within. Wow. And with the Four of Wands, I do always get like the feeling of an open heart, and that's, you have an open heart with yourself. Like, you're, and I see your self-talk, that's really, really important with, I mean, those affirmations, your manifesto, the way you've been speaking to and about yourself is so different. And because of how, like, you're pouring life into yourself through your words. And we know that we can do that for other people, and you're realizing that you can do that for yourself. And I just see you like hyping yourself up. Like, I see you looking in the mirror and being like, yes, you're doing a good job. And just telling yourself over and over that you're doing a good job. And Yes. It's making you so open and excited and playful about what could happen. Like, if this is who I am and I see how beautiful I am and all these the strength that I've somehow been able to come into and the way I've persevered in all these situations, what else could be meant for me in the future? Like, there's a feeling of like, okay, what's next? And your story is just getting started and it's becoming bigger and bigger because you're recognizing yourself as the main character. Yeah, you've left that old the limiting beliefs behind. You're done with the old self. You really are. You know that they but you're over it. And you yes, okay. I feel like the cards sometimes just repeat themselves but in different energies a little bit. We have Knight of Swords, Queen of Cups, and Seven of Pentacles. So you, like things are going to start happening quickly. Like I almost see you getting a lot of downloads and ideas of the change you could make in the world because of your intuition and the work you've been doing internally. Like I see how the gardener is looking down. It's like you've looked down and within, and because it's like as within so without, because of the work you've done internally, you're going to start seeing magic happen in your life because magic has happened within you. Wow. That's really nice. Let's see if we have anything else here. Page of Swords, the Star. Yeah, I want to know who you are. And you want to know who you are because that's you're seeing how special you are. And there's something here about you falling more in love with yourself is also going to help you connect deeper in your relationships with other people, because when you start to see how unique and eccentric and different you are, you start to see the magic and uniqueness in others. And it's kind of like that you can only love someone to the extent that you love yourself, and because you've done all this self-love and internal work, your other connections outside of you are going to deepen as well, and you're going to see so much magic and radiance in those people too. And it's like it's creating positive change on so many levels. We do have the Eight of Wands here on the ground, as well as one moment, Four of Pentacles, and I'm not going to show you because they're like trapped inside. But anyways, Eight of Wands and Four of Pentacles. So you've kind of had to keep to yourself and nurture what's within. And because of that, fast movement is going to be happening in other areas within your life. You can keep your cards close to your chest. It's completely fine. And that's because you have this deep relationship with yourself. Some things are just meant for you. And you know that now. Like, you know that like your sacred alone time can just be something that's just for you. Yeah, celebration and being a friend to yourself. Wow, that's very beautiful. Ooh. The Hanged One. Yeah, you've gotten so many new perspectives, and you are realizing that your ability to shift your perspective is your unique magic. Like if you can change the way you perceive your past circumstances and your story, like you get to define what your story is and what it means. And this redefining of the things that happen to you and a shifting your perspective on the situations and scenarios that have played out, you're seeing that you can do that with everything. And when you start to do that, that's when you become like a master manifester and magician, because you see that your choice of perspective changes things physically. And that's the end of the message. You are so powerful and so beautiful, and I'm so thankful that you've spent time with me. If it resonates, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.